Hello Vorthos and Mel Commander players, I am Prospo, and I welcome you to EDH Scout. Today we will wrap up the previous deck tech videos for the Aegar, the Freezing Flame Frost and Fire Giants Tribal deck. Hope you enjoy. As we mentioned in the previous videos, Aegar's deck is a deck with high mana curve that looks to ramp and remove early threats in order to gain time and cast powerful giants. We will try to focus the deck on Aegar's card draw ability and optimize our card picks with the Giants Tribal flavor in mind. Let's start the deck tech with the lands. We are using total 37 slots. The first and most flavorful pick is the Hall of Storm Giants, a new creature land from the recent Adventures in the Forgotten Realms set. Surtland Frostpire will help us as a board wipe spell, and Myriad Landscape will help us ramp. For dual land we will pick the snow-covered Volatile Fjord, the land of giants in Kaldheim. The rest of the land slots are occupied by basic lands. We will pick 10 copies of the new basic land from the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms with a Giant King in the flavor text, and 13 basic mountains from Lorwyn. We will pick 5 of each snow-covered lands as well. As we know, the giants are usually quite expensive. A good ramp package will help us play some of the powerful giants earlier. We dedicate 11 slots for ramp. We start the ramp spells with Stink Drinker Daredevil. He gives a 2 mana cost reduction to our giants. Urza's Incubator has the same effect at the same mana cost. The third chapter of the Invasion of the Giants will reduce the cost of one of our giants. An early Soul Ring will ramp us for 2 colorless mana as well. The 3 mana, Mana Rock, Foresian Totem, is one of the most flavorful ramp spells for the Giants tribe. Thrix, the Southern Storm, will reduce the cost of our giants for 1 generic mana. We will get a similar effect with the classic Herald's Horn. Belb's Portal will help us cheat powerful giants into play. Myriad Landscape, from the land slots, will help us ramp. Finally, we include a 2 mana, Mana Rocks, Talisman of Creativity and Eyes at Signet. What is better in Commander than drawing cards? We dedicate 12 slots for card advantage spells. Aegar, the Freezing Flame, is our main card draw engine. He turns all our giants, wizards and damage spells into card draw. Fire Giant's Fury gives impulsive draw. When the giant you pumped deals combat damage to an opponent. Tectonic Giant gives you an impulsive draw each time he attacks or becomes target of an opponent's spell. The 2 sagas from Kaldheim, Invasion of the Giants and the Battle of Frost and Fire, gives you card draw with their second and third chapter respectively. Giant Sire, Glimpse of Cosmos and Prophetic Titan, with their cantrip effects, are the next 3 picks. To wrap up the card advantage spells, we use 4 cards from the generic tribal card pool. All of them score 3 flavor points. Brass Herald, Icon of Ancestry, Vanquisher's Banner and Herald's Horn are our picks. Giants tribal decks have high mana curve, which leaves them vulnerable to the early game. We need quite a few board wipes to defend ourselves. 6 slots are dedicated for that. We have already picked Surtland Frostpire in the land slots. Early game threats can be dealt with Crush the Weak. The first chapter of the Battle of Frost and Fire is a nice on-theme board wipe. Thundercloud Shaman hits non-giants when ETBs, and Hammerfist Giant can clear the board with his activated ability. Finally, the most powerful and flavorful pick is Cyclonic Summoner. He costs 7 mana, but his ETB ability is almost identical to Cyclonic Rift. Next on the list with 16 dedicated slots are the targeted removal spells. With total 6 wizards in the deck, Galecaster Colossus can be a nice massive bounce engine that sets back your opponents. Giant's Grasp from Kaldheim will help you steal one of your opponent's non-land permanents. We will be able to keep a powerful opposing creature tapped with Glimmer Dustnap. We can also slow down our opponents by using Frost Titan and Bergstrider. Quite a few giants can deal damage to creatures or planeswalkers when they enter the battlefield. Inferno Titan, Prophetic Titan, Basalt Ravager and Kragan Wick Cremator do so. We can also deal direct damage with the powerful Bone Crusher Giant and Squash. Another popular ability for the giants is to fling other creatures. Surtland Flinger and Bloodshot Cyclops do so. Smash to Smithereens is our answer to artifacts. We close up the targeted removal picks with Crush Underfoot and Fury Stoke Giant. All tribal decks should have as many lords and anthems as possible. Unfortunately, the Giants tribe lacks in this category. We pick 4 in this deck. Of course we pick the only Giant Lord, Sunrise Sovereign. From Lorwyn, we have already picked Vanquisher's Banner, Brass Herald and Icon of Ancestry in the previous sections. All the tribal Giant decks must have the next 3 cards. Giant Harbinger, from Lorwyn, is a nice shooter, Calamity Bearer and Quakebringer, boost your damage output. 2 spells help us protect our powerful giants. Wild Ricochet can save you or one of your creatures from an instant or sorcery spell, and double its effect with a copy. Giant's Amulet grants one of your creatures hexproof. Once we remove the early opposing threats, our game plan is to cast powerful giants and help them push a lot of damage to our opponents. Borderland Behemoth, Hamletback Goliath and Countryside Crusher can become massive, and we will help them pass unblocked with Siegebreaker Giant and Stone Shock Giant. We will also pump our giants with Impelled Giant and Doomscar Titan. Trample can be useful as well. For our powerful giants, we will use Bargain as a nice finisher. We have 10 more slots in our deck. We will fill them up with more flavorful giants, caring about our mana curve as well. Crystalline Giant and Shatterskull Chaga are in the 3-drop slot, and 2-headed Giant, Bloodfray Giant and Awakened the Ancient in the 4-drop slot. We keep Rime Shield Frost Giant, Warchief Giant, Ferrogax Giant and Pact of Titan as 5 drops and Undersea Invader as the final 6 drop. This was the deck tech for the Aegar, the Freezing Flame, Frost and Fire Giants Tribal, EDH Commander deck. We reached 779 flavor points. Hope you enjoyed this series of videos. Please like, share and subscribe. See you soon, with more tribal flavorful videos.